Across Nigeria and indeed Kenya, more and more people are using solar-generated electricity to make up for frequent power outages. We will be looking into that and more closely in this show. But first, welcome to another edition of Eco Africa, the Environment Magazine. I'm Neota Egbe from Abeokuta in Ogun State, Nigeria. And I greet my colleague Sharon Momayi at the other end of the continent. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Neota, and a warm welcome to our viewers. Thank you for tuning in to today's program, our Pan-African and European Environmental Show. My name is Sharon Momayi from Nairobi, Kenya, and here's what's coming up in the show today. We'll be visiting a popular living and shopping complex in Nairobi, which has introduced a solar hybrid power system. Then we move on to the German city of Hanover, where they're trying to eliminate coffee-to-go cups. And we meet Regina Leke from Cameroon. The environmental activist is raising public awareness about plastic and recycling. First stop is right here in Nairobi, actually not very far from where I'm standing. Garden City is an integrated residential, retail and business complex designed to be environmentally friendly. It has a huge solar system, one of the biggest in Africa. What's more, building materials have been locally sourced as much as possible. Even when she's making her tea at the start of the day, Aida Munene is already savoring the benefits. Her hot water costs 30% less than it used to. There's quite a savings. Munene has been living in Garden City, in the north of the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, since late last year. It's an expensive area of town. Here, a new development is designed to protect the environment and save its residents money. The solar energy comes from the roof of a neighboring multi-story car park.
When we have a nice bright day, it hits all the water in the apartment. And when we have an overcast day is when the heater element kicks in and we get hot water that way. But we're in January, we're not using the element right now. The sun hits all the water in the apartment.
Garden City is a model green project, both in terms of its construction and its waste disposal system. Whatever trash is thrown away over the course of a day ends up next door in the Garden City shopping center. It's where the more affluent locals go to shop. The center's manager says it's one of Kenya's most environmentally friendly buildings. Plastic cups, straws, packaging, waste food from the restaurant, all of it lands in the basement of the shopping center. The trash is sorted by hand. Cardboard and cartons go in paper, tea bags in the organic waste bin, cans with metal, PET bottles to the plastic. It's a lot of work.
We're still a learning culture, so we still find our customers mix all the materials together. So that's why we still have to do this. But we are continuously engaging them and educating them to sort it out. So we hope probably in the next 1 year, they'll have fully adapted to a model of sorting at the initial stage.
Here on the roof of the parking garage, there is a solar installation with far more than 3,000 solar panels. The installation is one of the largest in Africa. It generates the electricity for the shopping center and adjacent apartment buildings, and it gives the cars underneath a shady place to park. Huge installations like this one have another benefit.
The cost of the solar panels will drastically reduce with greater demand, and this will offer greater accessibility to each and every individual who will now be able to afford, and they'll be able to power their homes using the natural energy that we do have.
Rooftop solar units are still a rarity in Kenya. Most of the funding for this one came from investors from highly industrialized countries. That's why the financial profits don't remain in Kenya.
Well, our investors are from America and Australia and the UK. And I think it would be exciting for us to be able to raise capital for our solar fund and for other investments that we do, more often internally within East Africa. But the reality is the stores of capital are enormous in the developed world. And so bringing capital in from outside will remain a large part of what we do.
Back to the solar-topped parking lot. Soon every solar parking spot is to be equipped with a charging station for electric cars. There aren't many of those in Africa. Charging stations will help make electromobility possible in Kenya, but they'll do a little to reduce the heavy traffic that Aida Munene and others get caught in on their daily commute through the streets of Nairobi.
In these hectic times, so many people have a drink on the run, in the train or even in the car. Coffee to go is big business in many countries, and that means mountains of discarded plastic and paper cups, about 3 billion a year just in Germany. The city of Hanover has devised a plan to counter this terrible waste and environmental pollution. Bakeries and other outlets now offer coffee to go in robust reusable cups for which you have to pay a deposit. You get it back when you return the cup. What a simple and, we hope, effective idea.
Street sweepers in Hanover have had enough of disposable cups, with all too many pedestrians simply dumping them on the street as soon as they finish their coffee. The explosion of coffee takeaway outlets in recent years has unleashed a steadily growing flood of extra trash. And the cups take up a huge amount of space in trash cans. It only takes 4 or 5 large ones to fill up an entire sack.
The number of cups we get nowadays is just huge. Every kiosk, every cafe sells them. It's causing enormous problems here in Hanover.
On average, Hanover's 500,000+ residents jettison over 20 million used paper cups annually. The city authorities decided that was far too many and began fighting the deluge a year ago.
They're cardboard on the surface, but inside they're lined with plastic. And as they can lie around for hundreds of years, we have to collect every single one for incineration. So it's not a good product, not in the least ecological. It's time to get rid of them.
The city's answer was to market its own reusable cups with a deposit, the Hanocino. It costs €2, which is refunded when customers drop it off at one of the participating cafes. Over 150 outlets are already taking part in the plan, and the network is growing by the week. The system is the brainchild of André Hammerschmidt. Even he's surprised at how easy it's been to win businesses over. First of all, he got local bakeries on board. Then the city's first division soccer team. Others were quick to join in.
The Hanocino makes life very easy for our partners. We do the advertising, we supply the cups, talk with them, train their staff. That's why the Hanocino has caught on. And people like to use the cups because it's straightforward, and they're doing something for the environment.
It's certainly an easy solution for coffee drinkers. They normally don't have to go far to find somewhere to drop their cups off. Pick up, pop off, drink up, drop off. The city doesn't make a cent from the scheme. For cafe operators, the service is free, and they save on the cost of paper cups. It's good for their image, too. The only condition is that participants have a dishwasher to keep the cups clean and hygienic. That was no problem for the staff of this popular cafe. They're happy about every customer who switches to the Hanocino.
It took a bit of time to familiarize people with the Hanocino. But once they've actually used one and seen how clean and easy to handle they are, they make the switch quite happily.
It's also down to the design, which has made the cups a local brand name. And there's even an app to show people where to find an outlet. There are now 50,000 Hanocinos in use across the city. The street cleaning squads now have far fewer paper cups to deal with, and the trash cans don't fill up as fast either. That all saves money.
You really see the difference it's made here, with loads of businesses joining in. There are far fewer cups in the trash cans now.
Initial estimates suggest the new Hanno-Chino system has cut the number of paper cups in Hanover by around a third.
It will be interesting to see if that catches on and even spreads to other cities. There is another interesting project which recycles and upcycles plastic waste in Uganda. The country has been suffering from persistent and extreme drought, which has endangered the food supply there. Farmers need to use the little water that they have very sparingly, and now they have found a solution. Right, Neota?
Yes, Sharon. In this week's Doing Your Bit system, we meet Jabi Sarulo, a tomato farmer in the capital of Kampala, who has devised a clever system of drip irrigation. He is certainly doing his bit to combat plastic waste and to promote sustainable farming.
How can plastic waste help grow food? This looks like a dumping ground for plastic trash. But it's actually crude material for irrigation technology. Ugandan farmer Jabi Sarulo has created a system that combines recycling plastic and saving water. All it required was one great idea and a little hole in a plastic bottle. Thanks to the drip irrigation system, Jabi's tomatoes have survived a month of drought. His plants are healthy despite the scorching sun. The farmer expects a bumper harvest in 2 months, which he can sell on the local market. Jabi's simple bottle irrigation method helps ensure food security and to protect the environment.
Do you like that? If you are also doing your bit, tell us about it. Visit our website or send us a tweet. #DoingYourBit. We share your stories.